Later.
What did you fucking say? Hello. It's been a while. I know, I haven't uploaded in a bit. Well, you see, when I uploaded the chapter 313 video, I uploaded the same day chapter 314 came out. So what I'm gonna do here is upload chapter 314 and 315 together. Yeah, you're just getting my reaction for both. There you go. I did record chapter 314 on Thursday, last Thursday.
The following Thursday.
Hi, I'm Faye, and let's mosey. Huh. Oh yeah, I forgot. In my last video, I pretty much predicted Kazuya's gonna ask her on a date, and it seems like he's doing something. That's a lot of mail, bro. To be fair, my mail invoice is kind of like this sometimes too. Contract period starting May 18th. Paper rental agreement. Ooh. Asking out my girlfriend. Chapter 314. She's a fucking astronaut. That's so cute. That's pretty cute. Okay, usually there's symbolisms with these, just to like clarify that for some of y'all. There's usually symbolism to do with these. I'm pretty sure the symbolism with this is like, you know, taking your first step, get it? But at the same time, like, the whole thing with being an astronaut is venturing into the unknown. It's set, my moving date. It was fun. Now we have a little less than 2 weeks left living together. It's not that I don't have faith in Mizuhara, but I can't just sit around waiting either. Oh man. Hey, Mizuhara, forget it, it's nothing. Oh hey, it's the spread! It was one of the things Reiji showed earlier on. There you go. I'm gonna ask Mizuhara out on a date. Yeah, this was one of the spreads where Kazuya looked really determined. I literally said it was going to be this chapter. Bro, my last video called all of this out. Bro, bro, and I recorded that like a week before I uploaded it, bro. Not a rental date. I'm gonna ask her myself. I mean, I'm scared to even ask her out, but she says she's doing research, and there's no better way to research than this, right? The day has finally come. I'm proud of you. Even Mr. Fish! Not as a client and a rental, but as a man and a woman. Forget it, it's nothing. But it's so damn scary. I already acted out once without thinking yesterday. What if she's uncomfortable around me now? The way we first met is totally backfiring on me. In the first place, will Mizuhara even be okay with it? Oh, a date. Well, I'll be working quite a bit next week. You should go through the site. Oh, maybe like checking rental, got it. It'll just end up being a rental date if she reacts like that without me saying anything. On the other hand, what? You know, there's no way I can do that. I have other clients too. You've got some nerve to ask me out for free. It'd kill me if she said something like that. The ghost is back, yes! I missed the fucking guy. Dude, I love these. Reiji used to do these like in the movie arc. They were really funny. Not to mention it'd be hell living together after that. Nose dampening ghost. I can't. I've lost all my confidence. I haven't asked anyone out since Mami-chan, but Mami-chan was coming on pretty strong at the time. This is completely different. Still, Mizuhara wouldn't say something she didn't mean. Like she said, it's her research. I'll do some research. She'd be okay with this now, right? I know very well she's always been out of my reach, but if I let the chance pass me by, I don't think I'll ever get this close again. Do it. I've gotta do it. I'm heading out. Mizuhara's voice. Crap, acting her in the morning would have been perfect. Oh, she's gone. Ugh, I had a feeling. She's totally uncomfortable with me now. Kazuya's confidence. It's just, she left so quickly. I couldn't even hear her footsteps until she got to the door. Or rather, she left quietly. Could she have been doing that so I wouldn't notice? Anxiety-driven cognitive bias distortions are called misconceptions. People say this man don't know. People say this man don't know. Forget it, it's nothing. She must really think I acted weird yesterday. So, okay. Let's pause just really quickly. A lot of you are probably like, oh my god, dude, we've had 3 fucking flashbacks of the same thing over and over and over. And a lot of you probably come in with that perspective of like, narratively, what the fuck, bro? You don't need to keep showing me the same thing over and over and over, right? Here, let me just illustrate for you. If you have anxiety, this is literally how it fucking feels. Like verbatim. You will think of the same thing over and over and over and over, and then it'll slowly get warped in your mind because you're trying to do something and your head is fighting against you. Have you ever tried to do something like legit, like actually something that's scary, horrible, hard and will make you doubt yourself, right? Like just something that's out of your comfort zone and you want to do it, but it's fucking scary. And literally every time you will keep thinking of the same memory over and over and over. Like seriously, this is literally how it goes. Maybe to some of you, your immediate reaction is Reiji is just padding out the pages. In reality, he's literally just constructing what he said with Mr. Fish. Anxiety-driven cognitive bias distortions are called misconceptions. And I get it, a lot of you want Kazuya to jump into action right away. But in my last video, I illustrate how like Kazuya wants to act, but he kind of wants to have a plan, and it's difficult. So Reiji illustrates that anxiety and that fear of someone who has gone through a lot of trauma, in this case Kazuya, trying to step out of their comfort zone, and their anxiety distorts their perspective, creating misconceptions of scenarios. He has to like literally spell it the fuck out for us because people will not get what he's trying to say. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Stop being so hard on yourself. Yeah, my man, that's what I'm talking about. Don't lose heart, hold it together, and withstand any challenge. I only just made up my mind upon this. This is literally like therapy. This chapter is literally like fucking therapy. You have anxiety, you have fears, then you talk yourself. You gotta fucking talk to yourself. He illustrated my point perfectly, fuck! How should I ask her out anyway? It'd be lame to specifically use the word date. I could simply try asking what she had planned for the weekend.
Right next to a huge steaming bowl of foreshadowing.
Then again, made it be even more effective if I was just like, let's go on a date. Man, I have no idea. Let's go on a date. He just has Umi's hair. Okay. Okay, bro.
I'm doing my best.
You're amazing. When did your hair grow out? Yamori-san! Where's your Mori-san? I need consultation.
You know I can't do that.
Fully dependent. He knows! He knows! Alright, she said she'd be home late. No, I shouldn't. If I couldn't even ask her out on a date by myself, how pathetic would that make me? Besides, when should I do it? Mizuhara seemed busy for our entire stay together. I should probably spruce myself up a bit. I really have a lot to consider. Man, I look way too average. Wait, should I go buy clothes? I mean, I'm just asking her out is all. But at the same time, I've been told not to dress myself up too much. Mizuhara is so tricky. Also, when does her play end? She'll probably be busy until then. Partially hyperventilating. The final day of her plays on the 13th? A Friday! So should I try for that weekend? Huh. That's a big skip in time, though. At any rate, the sooner I ask her out, the better. She's a super popular girl. I say that, but this is already a week away. She might be making weekend plans with her friends at the play. No, I don't have time to waste thinking about this. I should just see how she responds first. Draft. Good morning. I was gonna see you off, but you were already gone by the time I noticed. Lol. I wanted to talk to you about something. Do you have some time tonight? What is that Oni face? Oh no. Men are terrified during times like this. This is exactly what I need to push myself. His face.
Correction, this is a shisa, or shiiza or shishi. I bet many of you guys have seen these before. They're the lion dog statues you've probably seen somewhere in media, and these are an integral part of Okinawa cultures, as they are statues that stand guard in front of homes and businesses all over Okinawa. This is actually pretty significant because these are actually guardian lions. The shisas are wards, as they are supposed to protect from evil and symbolize good fortune, which is exactly the point because Kazuya is freaking out here and he wants to be safe from anything bad going wrong, and he wants good fortune. He wants things to work out.
Here goes! Red. That was fast! Morning. I'll probably be home kinda late. Will that still be okay? Ah! It's so cute! They're so cute! He's banging his head. Late? She'll be home late? She's gotta deal with her play and stuff. Maybe it's not a good idea to ask her out right after she comes home from an exhausting day. What time? Oh, this is a nod to the 3-month time skip. Okay. Except she didn't actually read it this time. Ooh. Reiji, you cheeky fuck. Yo, are we getting that close to the end of the cohabitation arc? Holy shit. Like, we have a set date on when Chizuru's play is going to end. Like, Reiji has been setting down very clear deadlines in this chapter. So Kazuya like had the rental agreement for like May 18th. He checked it. Like I don't think he signed anything. Like this chapter starts off like kind of small, and then all of a sudden you start to realize the magnitude of this chapter, where it's like, oh, it like completely sweeps you off your feet, just as like asking someone out can actually just sweep you off your feet, like both in a good way and a terrible way. And I think that's what Reiji's kind of illustrating. He's illustrating like that, like how out of control that can feel when you're trying to do something that scary, which comes back to that theme of agency that we've had in the past few chapters. Why is there no red receipt yet? She asked and I responded right away. Where's the red receipt? This is how it feels though. Look at your phone, Mizuhara. I don't understand women. Should I have asked like, when do you think you'll be back instead? I feel like everything's going wrong. What did I just say? Again, it's like that wouldn't solve it. Like, should I have asked like, when do you think you'll be back instead? Well, she didn't even look at it, bro. She didn't even fucking look at it, bro. Like, what does it matter what you fucking asked?
I'm doing my best.
Oh, school. Whoa, that was quick. You pulled the phone out like your life depended on it. Are you from the future? Shut up for a sec. I have a meeting for a different play production tonight, so it might be sometime after 11. 11? That's pretty late. Yeah, I'll be awake, but I'm worried about how tired she'll be, for sure. Plus, she's dealing with additional work after her play. She'll be tired, and I should be excited to have me asking her out. Maybe I really shouldn't do it today. Still, doesn't saying I want to talk about something make her curious at all? She hasn't even mentioned it. Oof, down to 20%. Oh, maybe she's not very interested in me after all. Seriously, what's with you? Key-based sex drive. I won't even contest that. For starters, a world where I got to date Mizuhara through an agree and continue button is weird enough. Still, I'll never get any closer to her unless I do something. I need this. Okay, I'll be waiting. So Reiji taking his time and building into this and having the spread be the beginning of the chapter. Like the spread essentially tells you like, hey, this is what we're going to be doing in this chapter. And Reiji actively makes it scarier and scarier as you get through the chapter because he keeps dragging it out. And when he's dragging it out, he's not dragging it out like, oh, look, he's wasting your time with the chapter. Like, I get it. When I say the words dragging it out, you think to yourself, oh, see, you admitted it yourself. Like he's dragging the chapter out. He's making it longer. No. You're misunderstanding my point. He's intentionally making the process as long, as painful as possible to illustrate what happens to your feelings. The more and more you have to wait, the more you have to restrain yourself, the more you have to stop yourself from acting, from doing something, the less confident you start to feel, and it slowly drops and drops. And he illustrates that with the meter. Like literally, this is fucking Kazuya's limit break meter, and it's fucking dropping. Man kept getting hit while he was charging limit, and now the man can't break his limits no more. Keeps introducing these elements of like, Chizuru has her play. Chizuru's play is ending on the 13th. Then Kazuya asks Surya, and she says, I have a meeting for a different play production tonight, so it might be sometime after 11. She's already signing up for another play. So you're getting bombarded from multiple different angles, and that keeps adding to that fear factor, that anxiety factor. And yet Kazuya is still trying. You're creeping me out. Key-based savings. Yo, fucking college students and their savings, bro. I had no idea it was this hard to ask someone out on a date. Will I really be able to ask her out? Oh, chapter 303 with Kibe. Interesting. What kind of person do you think Kazuya-san is? Oh, ooh, hey, she is thinking about it. Hey, Mizuhara. Chizuru-chan, rehearsal's starting. Oh, okay. Fuck, that's the end. Fuck. No. Yamero. I'm 90% sure this is the image we saw that Reiji also posted. So now we've seen two. So now we've seen the spread. Like I said, they were from the same chapter. I literally called it. They were from the same fucking chapter. So yeah, this one and the spread of the chapter are the two images Reiji shared on Threads. The next one we see is Chizuru waving. And you have this, like I was saying in the opening of the video, like it's literally intentionally designed to just be like, hey, look, It's just like being an astronaut. Like the feeling being an astronaut, you're going into the unknown, and that's fucking scary. When shooting for the heavens, being an astronaut is scary as hell. If you've seen any astronaut movie, they're always like borderline horror movies. This is also pretty interesting because Japan apparently recently landed on the moon. So that might be a nod to that, because being in space is like so lacking in any form of control sometimes. And that is what this chapter kind of goes through. It really illustrates that feeling of losing control, like how fucking scary it is. And it goes piece by piece. The same thing that was introduced from last chapter comes back here. Kazuya doesn't want to sit around and wait. In the last chapter, I pointed out how Kazuya wants to kind of have a plan. And that's the reason he kind of walks away here. I was kind of right, I was kind of wrong. He walked away because he was a little scared. He gets the flashback for the first time, then he gets to the spread, and look at his determination. I'm gonna ask Mizuhara out on a date. This is not what you get when you see this in the rest of the chapter, right? It shows this is actually Kazuya's feelings. This is actually his drive. Then there's no better way to research than this, right? Yeah, that's literally it. That's what dating is. Dating is fucking research. That's literally what it is. And he said this at the very start of the arc. The way we first met is totally backfiring on me. This itself is actually also a nod back at after the 3-month time skip, where they meet up and Kazuya says, what if we had met under different circumstances? And that's essentially what the cohabitation arc has been. They're different circumstances. They literally change their environment, how they interact, and almost feel like they restarted their relationship. So for any of you like thinking to yourselves, oh, Reiji's just rehashing things, he's not. He's calling back to things intentionally and changing them. He's changing their meaning. In so doing, he's constructing the environment for the characters to start opening up and being more true to who they actually are.
1 week later.
We actually have something kind of interesting today. Reiji on Twitter released the volume cover for chapter 35, and pretty good. Pretty good. I love the smug smile. I love the energy. I love how she's posing. Everything about this is 10 out of 10. It made me think of like Tekken. I've been playing Tekken 8. It came out recently, and like this is the pose I see Chizuru making when you like select her on the screen. Like I just imagine you select her on the Tekken menu and you hear the announcer going, Chizuru Mizuhara. Perfect. And now we're gonna jump into chapter 315. I have a few quick guesses as to what might happen. I'm wondering if Kibe is gonna do something positive and like push Kazuya. I know we've already seen Chizuru from one of the early images waving at Kazuya coming home. One thing I kind of noticed as I was going through the chapter from last video is that Chizuru at the very end didn't seem that positive. She actually felt a little more worried than you would expect, and that was meant to be a reflection of Kazuya. There's two panels that literally reflect each other, and that was kind of the point. The point was that they were reflecting each other and their own anxieties. So Chizuru is probably just as anxious as him, even though Kazuya is doing his best to make her comfortable that her peace of mind comes first. With that said, let's get into chapter 315. Let's mosey. Yeah, okay. So see, is Kibe gonna do something? Looks like Kibe is gonna do something. And Kazuya's back to being determined. Oh, she's a cheerleader asking out my girlfriend too. He's a football player. That's so funny. Number 7. He's got that lucky number though. Ooh. What kind of person do you think Kazuya-san is? It's obvious she asked that in private from Kazuya. I'll stay out of it. Wow. Red herring if I've ever seen a red herring. Red herring if I've ever seen a red herring. Oh, that's pretty okay. He got me. I haven't fallen for a Reiji red herring in a while. In retrospect, this might have been a jab at the Raiders. I feel like this might have actually been a jab at the Raiders. I'm editing this right now because one thing the West loves to give Reiji shit for is whenever he does a red herring and it's intentional for story purposes. And this was very much intentional for story purposes. But at the same time, it kind of felt like a jab because he introduces this thing and it's really small and it doesn't take center stage at all in the last chapter. The center stage was entirely about Chizuru and Kazuya and not Kibe. And so when Kibe comes back in this chapter and I'm like, oh, he's going to do something with that. He's like, no, Kibe's a minor character. Shut the fuck up. So Reiji was literally just like saying, y'all are fucking stupid. Y'all are stupid. He was throwing another jab and it was an even subtle one. TLDR. Reiji's kind of had enough of our shit. All right, so Kazuya gets home. It's night. I have a meeting in different production tonight, so... Oh, it's way past 11. Yeah, it's almost 12. It's already 11:45. She did say it might be sometime after 11, but doesn't that mean she's had a pretty rough day? And today of all days, Yamori-san's nowhere to be found. I can't even talk about it with her anymore. Oh, dropping to 5%. Oof. Oh, you know, it's funny. In the last chapter, I actually thought to myself, Minnie might come home prior to them, but nope. Minnie's not gonna be home. So yeah, that's the thing Reiji's been going for sure, is that it's all Kazuya. He has to do it himself. Nobody's gonna help him through it. She hasn't said anything after she read my last message. She really must not be interested in me. Dude, stop talking yourself down. You were learning. You were doing so good. But seriously, if she comes home exhausted, asking her out on a date is the last thing I should do. The cleanest of all his shirts, leftover hair wax even after showering, pants that barely qualify as pajamas. He's trying. Her mood matters for this. Asking her out after a long day could easily backfire. I've already told her that I wanted to talk. What do I do now? Would that just make me a weirdo? Plus, I made a scene yesterday. I can't just tell her to forget about it now. I guess talking to her about me moving out could work. No, that's like the worst thing you can do. I can be like, I've got the date for it all set, and then apologize if it's noisy on a moving day. I can tell her again that I'm grateful for the help. I'm not lying about that. She probably wouldn't question me if I said that. Am I just trying to make excuses again? My man! I keep saying this shit's like fucking therapy. This is how you learn. You gotta recognize what you're doing wrong. I'm back. Yo! That jacket looks fire. And she looks really tired. The jacket looks so fire. Everything about her looks fire. God damn. The pants, the jacket, the fluffy top. Ooh, is that like a leather jacket? Jesus. She's obviously tired and carrying a lot. Yeah. Right? I noticed it. Welcome back. You were out late, huh? Is the bath open? Yeah. Gosh, she looks totally exhausted. How can I ask her out now? My play had technical difficulties, which were a hassle to deal with. The meeting dragged on too. I'm pretty tired, honestly. Dealing with technical difficulties has to be the worst. It definitely ruined her mood. I just want to relax in the bath. The whole thing is looking worse by the minute. I bet. Actually, did she forget about my message? Drops to 2. All right, what did you want to talk about earlier? The line message. Huh? Yeah, right. I wanted to talk, yeah. Gosh, should I ask her out? This could be a bad time, but she might make other plans if I keep putting it off. The sooner the better, I've got to do it. Mizuhara, do you have plans for next weekend? Next weekend? You mean the 14th and 15th? Yeah, Saturday and Sunday. Drops to 1. Oh, sorry. I have plans with friends from the play on the 14th, and I've got some work to do on the 15th. Drops to 0. No! No, she already had plans. Everyone wanted to celebrate over dinner for the play ending. Oh, right, I need to read the script too. I almost forgot. -1. Oh, no! She's busy. Mizuhara's a busy, popular girl. It's over. I don't have a chance anymore. She has class over the week too. So, is it something urgent? I can adjust my schedule a little. Bad timing. I'll have to give up. Oh, no, it's nothing. It's just, moving date is coming up. I'll try not to bother you too much, of course. Just some final adjustments. The movers got kind of noisy in the day, so I wanted to apologize and to thank you for everything. I see. Let me know the time. I won't be gone for the entire day, so I can help if I'm around then. Yeah, thanks. Is that all? Sorry to keep you. Yeah, it's over. Now I've made it even harder to ask her out. I doubt I'll get another chance to do it. Our stay together will be over before I know it. Okay, so before I continue, he's gonna ask her out. Let's be real, fellas. He's gonna ask her out. But Reiji was intentionally building everything to go wrong. That's the point. That's literally the point. The point is that when you're asking someone out sometimes, there is no perfect time. It's gonna feel like everything is against you. It's going to feel like that. Even when you're friends and you're close and you just want to sit down and talk. Like seriously, one of the best ways to do it is if you're friends and you're close with someone and you just want to sit down and talk with them. It's like, hey, I have these feelings. I want to let them out. Like that's a great way to do it without like putting pressure on people. Even then, it's still a little scary. Not to mention, in Kazuya's situation, it's a little more complicated. While they are close, while they are living together, their home situation can be ruined. She's busy, she's popular, she has a lot of things going on, and he doesn't want to bother her. So Kazuya, you can understand why he feels like this, why he's backing out, why he's falling back on old habits. One, it's part trauma. Two, and this one I think is really important. One thing that often happens when we have trauma and we're making excuses is that the excuse can also be true. See, that's the thing. That's an important thing I think a lot of people don't recognize. When you give an excuse to yourself, the excuse can be true. And that validates your escapism even more. They're not mutually exclusive. An excuse can be true and still be an excuse. And that's exactly what's happening. And I think recognizing that fact is really important. Understanding that something can be true and it's still an excuse, you're still running away. Recognizing that in yourself and still choosing to act, make a change, and grow, that's what a growth mindset is like. And this is what's happening here. Kazuya's growth is very much being challenged here. He's being challenged and being put in situations that strip away his luck. Her play literally ends on the 13th, not to mention Friday the 13th. It's literally symbolic of bad luck. The whole thing about this is reclaiming your sense of autonomy, reclaiming your agency, but also reclaiming your luck, reclaiming the bad situation you find yourself in. That's the point. The reason Reiji is doing this, the reason Reiji is illustrating like this, is to illustrate that theme, that idea that like you're gonna be in a losing position, but the losing position is in many ways also of your own making. You can choose to stay in that losing position, or you can choose to change. I never change. I chicken out when it matters most. I can't even ask her out on my own. I should have relied on Yamori-san if I was just gonna give up like this. Maybe Mizuhara would have said yes if I'd asked her out earlier. There was probably a smarter way for me to do this, one where I actually went through with it. Man, I'm so pathetic. Okay then. Good night. Since when did your beauty start making me feel strong instead of nervous? Good things take time. What? King shit. Huh? What are you doing? Do you still need something? I lied just now. Forget all of it. I want to ask you out on a date. What did you fucking say? Oh my man! Not a rental date. Cinema. Oh goodness gracious! I'm trying to control my emotions. Let's calm down a little bit. This image is the one where Chizuru waved at Kazuya. I thought this was going to be the image she does when she comes home. Rather, Chizuru is actually saying goodnight to him.
Notice how he calls her you. Not Mizuhara, not Ichinose, you. Yes, I know I'm focusing on the word you instead of the word date, and I know the word date is important, don't get me wrong. Not like the latest chapter was about it or anything. The word date is so goddamn important, Kazuya was struggling whether to say it or not. But the word you directly connects to Chizuru's argument after the 3-month time skip. Who are you actually in love with, Mizuhara or Ichinose? It's you. I've been saying this forever. It's always just been her. It's an internal struggle for Chizuru, not for Kazuya. Kazuya knows who he loves. It is Chizuru who is struggling with her own identity, her own feelings, not Kazuya. But coming back to what I was saying, does this spread remind you of anything? Hopefully chapter 49, because that's exactly what I'm referencing, where he also says, I want you. The difference between then and now is that Kazuya takes it back. He puts it back on rental, whereas here he makes it explicitly clear rental is not part of this equation. But notice how similar this art is to this art in Paradise. What did Chizuru do in Paradise right after Kazuya did this? She told him to stop. whereas here, she waves at him goodnight. Care and appreciation to allow someone to feel comfortable versus stopping someone from expressing themselves. A sense of expression and being able to say what you want to say, nobody's stopping you, is very key here. In the Paradise arc, there's a difference between these two images and there's a reason for it. Kazuya is drawn with sharp light, as if he's dangerous, scary, contrasted by here where he's drawn radiantly. He's not scary, just taking action into his own hands, being true to himself. At that time, they didn't understand each other. They were separated. This is why I said they were both taking agency away. While Chizuru stops Kazuya instead of waving at him and welcoming him, Kazuya also approached Chizuru when she was also going through something. He didn't understand her, in contrast to here where he goes out of his way to understand her and be aware of her schedule, while also taking action. Chizuru knew he wanted to confess and she stops him. Here, it's almost as if Chizuru knows what Kazuya wants to do, and through care and appreciation, she gives him the strength to do it. She can't do it for him, but she can make him feel strong enough to do it himself. A scene where they took away each other's agency to a scene where they give each other agency. A messaging app that took away their agency to a messaging app that now gives them agency.
And that is the core part of his trauma. This is why this chapter is actually a nod. And so in this chapter being Kazuya reclaiming his agency, nodding back to when Kazuya first lost it, to show how Kazuya overcame that pain.
So why is this connected to chapter 49 and the Paradise arc? Pretty simple, this is a cohesive narrative, but second, this is also directly connected to when they meet after the 3-month time skip, the rental date they had when Minnie talked to Chizuru. Chizuru arranged that through a date Kazuya set up, but it was Chizuru making the choices and Kazuya was the one waiting for her. Now, flip these roles. Kazuya is the one taking action with the phone now, and Chizuru is the one responding and in the waiting reactionary position. Kazuya is the active character now. Their roles got flipped, and so you can understand Chizuru being in Kazuya's position would feel a similar form of nervousness, just as Kazuya was feeling nervous. Kazuya didn't know what to expect then. At that time, she even walked away from him as they turned away from each other, just as Kazuya started walking away here. And then Chizuru turns around, just as Kazuya turns around here.
It's going to be chill after this one. I think after next chapter, it's going to be a little more chill, going back to the normal home life stuff for a little bit, because the date's not going to happen right away. This is about asking her to a date. It's not about actually going on the date. The date is like the deadline. I think the deadline for the date is actually gonna connect with the end of the cohabitation arc. I think that's Reiji's plan. So it'd be interesting if it's like it ends up being like before they move out. That's what Reiji's building to, where the date might end up being the end of the cohabitation arc, and then they start dating. You know, I think it'd be brilliant like that. I don't know. It could just be me. You guys are welcome to like share your thoughts in the comments below. I'm going through the Japanese thing to get the next time, and I just realized why she's a cheerleader and why he's a football player. She cheered him on in the chapter, and he's the one who had to run. He's the football player. You get it. You get it. Good Things Take Time is written in English, and while like you could understand it as a Japanese person, maybe it's a Western readers. I didn't even think about that until I saw this again. This is American football. He's literally calling American audiences out. Shit, bro.
Much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
And now we're going to jump into chapter 316 of Rent-A-Girlfriend. Without further ado, let's mosey. Oh, wow. He is calling back to the very beginning of the series. Like the very beginning. It's interesting seeing him redraw everything. It's interesting going back to the apartments. Oh, wow. Reiji. Dude, I keep saying this arc is something very different. Enjoy a dreamlike moment with Diamond's top talent. Yeah, we remember all this. I can't do it. Can't stand it. I can't stand it. Any of it. Oh, it's a spread. Spreads from the beginning. I want to ask you out on a date. Just a guy and a girl. I love it. I love the energy he's creating from this. They both look so chill, but also like worried. Oh, it's even a callback to chapter 49. Okay, he's setting the tone with this. Chizuru just seems surprised, right? Like he's just caught off guard, right? Kazuya is very determined, but we're only like seeing half of his face. We're not seeing his full face. So there's an interesting element being at play here. Their colors are almost reversed. Kazuya has black on the inside, Chizuru has white on the inside, Chizuru has black on the outside, Kazuya has white on the outside. Reiji's definitely playing with that dynamic here. So, oh, he's doing that one where they face each other. Ah, I love these. Not a rental date. Oh, no, he didn't. Okay, now he showed us Kazuya's full face. Now, okay. I thought he was gonna do another one, but no, he just stopped right here. Interesting. I've been trying to figure out what I should do ever since you told me that you do some research. I always wondered what I could do for you to understand my feelings. Communication too? Shit, bro. Oh, there's the Chizuru face to let you know that it's not true. To let her know what's not true. Oh, don't you think? Oh, I'm stupid. I didn't read this. I'm stupid. I didn't read this. Don't you think maybe the one you like is Chizuru Mizuhara? Okay, yeah, see. I even said this in the last video. I said he said you, not Mizuhara or Ichinose. He said you. Honestly, I even thought it might be impossible, because to me, you've always been the same person, whether you're on the job or not. So I realized something. If that's the case, you can use this date to see me for who I am instead. That's why I want some of your time, personal time, sometimes so that you can fall in love with me. I love my boy. So, Saturday or Sunday, if you could just find some time during the evening or at night, I'd really appreciate it. Oh, Chizuru, please. Sorry, but I really don't think I can do the weekend. A lot of the backstage stuff are supposed to come too, the more I think about it. She's not denying him. Let's chill, fellas. A lot of you want to jump the gun. Let's chill, fellas. Oh, okay. Sorry to bring it up. Maybe some other time. Thanks. It's over. I can tell. Private date is out of the question. This is definitely her telling me to back off. She's just being nice about it. It is really nice of Kazuya. Okay. Another one of those things I kind of want to mention here before we continue. I know I'm stopping. I'm sorry. I like these because it's one of those not mutually exclusive things I was talking about before, where he's doing the right thing. He's doing the right thing. He is being respectable. He is like listening to the little things she's putting down, because he's aware of like how girls talk sometimes. Like this is like sometimes when you're talking to a girl and she'll say this, it's her like saying, I want something else, right? So he's trying to be respectable about that. I love that about Kazuya. At the same time, he did throw his shot, and good for him, right? It's like it's a mutually exclusive thing. He's not running away here. I think that's the important part. He's not running away. He shot his shot. Good for him, man. But he knows when to back up. I love that it's a positive, not mutually exclusive thing, whereas before it was a negative, not mutually exclusive thing. This is it. I'll never be able to ask her out again. The 17th. Huh? It's the day right before you move out. I'll be free all day. That works better, right? And from here on, we slowly build to the 17th as they interact more at home. Well done, Reiji. Well done. Yeah, that's fine. On the 17th. Works for me. Thanks. What are those tears for? Oh, poor guy. Poor guy. I did it. I said it. I told her exactly how I felt. What kind of face did she make? Was she happy, annoyed? So the next time from last chapter was mouth. So I'm pretty sure Chizuru is like controlling her mouth, and by the time she gets to her room, she's gonna like do this. She's gonna cover her mouth because she's gonna smile. I'm betting it right now. She's gonna smile. I don't know. I could barely breathe as it was, but she said yes. I can go out on a date with her. Plus, we'll have the whole day. Oh, look at her. I love that sitting pose. Also, a little bit more symbolism here, fellas. A little bit more symbolism. Remember how at the very start of the 3-month time skip, Chizuru would put both of her legs up in a fetal position. Now, she sits loosely with one leg up and one leg straightened out. Right? Balance. Sometimes so that you can fall in love with me. He was a little pushy, but he has a point. I'm the one who said I'd do some research before we started living together. Soon, it'll be a month of living under the same roof. Things can't stay as they are right now. I've only been thinking that I need to do something. If the answer isn't clear to me, then I have to find something that can make it clear. But
what are we going to do? Will we just go out, do some stuff, and have dinner together? Will I really find my answer through that? I want to ask you out on a date. A date, huh? Not a rental date. Oh, there's a spread. I can feel it. Whoa. I love the symbolism of this thread. Yeah. I said thread. Not a thread. Fuck, fine. Let's just go to the next thing. She smiled. I called it. I don't comment on this when I'm going through the chapter, but I love how Chizuru's actually mad at the end. This last panel where we see her, she's actually mad. She's a little upset because Kazuya was taking charge and he made her feel this way, that she smiled about this. And the reason for this is because Chizuru doesn't like losing control. And we've seen this in past chapters where Chizuru got annoyed that she was losing control, and she stares at Kazuya to get that control back. We've even seen moments like this after that little question mark date arc. No, my bat's gonna get cold. She looked out the window in the middle of the night to see the light. He's the light in the night. Oh, that's so cute. What can I say? Absolute cinema. Absolute cinema. I love how this one right here is a bit of a subversion. This is like their bridge. This image, I thought it would be followed up by this image, except it's this image, a bridge, then this image to answer her question. It's the thing that connects them. Oh my god, this man's so good with the symbolism. I fucking love this dude. Reiji calls back to the very beginning of the series when he first rented Chizuru. He even ends it this way, where he goes to this one when Chizuru first meets Kazuya. They started out as rental. Now it's very much the real thing.
Did you guys notice how in the very first page of the chapter, Reiji shows the light in Kazuya's room from chapter 1 and the light is off. And then when Chizuru walks into her room, she has the light on, which is then followed by her looking at the light that is Kazuya's room, smiling at that light. Reishi proceeds to have Kazuya walk into his room and the light is on. We start with absolutely no hope, no light at the end of the dark tunnel, and we end the chapter with a light illuminating the dark night.
Oh, this broke my heart, but utterly shattered my heart right here. Why is Kazuya crying? I've heard a lot of sentiments recently where people are like saying, why is this hard for Kazuya? This should be as easy as drinking water. But to tell me you've never asked a girl out on a date, even if it's like the third person you've met. Why is it hard for Kazuya? It's his struggle of autonomy and agency. This isn't about asking Chizuru out. This is about taking control over his life and doing it his own way and not needing to cater to social constructs and ideas in order to be loved and believed in.
When he's doing something for himself, can he truly do it and achieve it without anybody else being there? Throughout the movie arc, he relies on other people. Here, it's just him, nobody else. This is him doing this. It's a fundamental build on the movie arc and what he was able to achieve there that was not for himself. Now it is for himself, by accepting himself and feeling like he is capable.
All of his efforts before being denied, his agency being taken away, constantly thinking he's not good enough, he's terrible, he's bad, everything going against him, all of it finally paying off, in an actual date that he created and no one else did for him. This scene essentially told Kazuya, bro, you got fucking agency, you're good enough, you can do things, you have control over the narrative if you choose to take action, you're not worthless. There's so many layers to this, and this is why Kazuya is crying. It's not just because a girl said yes to a date. Chizuru saying yes to the date is not just like Chizuru saying yes to the date. There's more to it. Yes, it is about Chizuru, but it's also about more. It's about him as a person. It's about him being valued and appreciated and loved, and him being good enough. This is for him. He's the one who took the action. He's the one who got the result. This is one of the reasons he's crying. So yeah, it's different, man.
Okay, I had a lot to say about this chapter, and I mean, holy fucking shit, look at this a lot. But we're gonna end it here because I need to put this video out. So apologies in advance. This video and chapter 317 and 318 might be short because I have to put the videos out. I gotta catch up, y'all. I'm too behind, all right? With that said, here's me ending the video.
So the next image we see is Chizuru with the wiggly mouth. and then in the next one, whereas this one is just her covering her mouth because she smiled. With that said, these are roughly my thoughts for this chapter. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell icon, keep up with the uploads, all that fun stuff. Sorry for the delay, sorry for having been away for so long. So yeah, that's everything I have to say for this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Remember, let's mosey.